Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be doing a Chinese study routine to help you learn Mandarin Chinese super fast and efficiently. I definitely need help coming up with a routine, so I think this video is going to be great, especially for beginners. Probably go through just a normal day and talk about what specific things I'm doing to get back into the routine of studying Chinese. So look out for some helpful tips and tricks that you might want to try in your own routine. Also, we'll talk about a few supplemental activities that you can do to benefit your Chinese learning. So let's get into it. Since I'm starting this kind of at the end of the day, I'm probably just going to do a little bit of vocabulary and writing review just on some things that I'm already confident in. And then tomorrow can start doing some more challenging things and incorporating newer vocabulary. So I'll probably do a few review sessions on the course that I'm currently taking and just go through a few flashcards. That way this day can feel a little bit productive. So today is Monday. It's a good day to start fresh and new for studying. We're about to go for a bit of a walk at the track, so that's a good opportunity to do something mobile. So my plan for that is to just use the Mandarin Chinese app that I have on my phone because it's really easy to, while you're walking, go through that and look at your vocabulary, review, practice a little bit of reading and character recognition, and help with memorization. So that's what I'm going to do to start off the study session for today, and then I will check back with you to see what the rest of the plan is going to be like. Now that it is later, I've decided that I'm going to do more of a review today. So for instance, right now I am reviewing Pinyin as well as pronunciation and tones, just to kind of give myself a good refresh on that, even though it's really basic concepts. But if you are just starting out learning Chinese, I would highly recommend starting here because tones and Pinyin are going to be the foundation of everything you learn. We'll kind of talk a little bit about what the tones are specifically and give you somewhat of an idea. The first tone is the high and flat tone, so it is typically represented by a straight line above the character. So it would be in words like che for car or shu for book. And then the second tone is a rising tone, so it is going to go up. So that would be in words like he for and then the third tone is a low flat tone, so when it is written over a character, it is going to look like a V or dip shape, and it's going to be, like I said, really low and flat. For example, like good, how, it's going to be very low and almost kind of dip. And then for the fourth tone, that is the falling tone. So imagine yourself saying no. It's kind of silly, but it helps. So that one is going to be in words like kan, which means to see. So that's what I'm working on today, just to kind of give a good refresh and review. After doing this and practicing a little bit, I'm probably going to head to the living room and watch a little bit of a show in Chinese that will have the Chinese subtitles as well as English, just to kind of get my ears used to hearing it again. So I just want to show you in visual form what that looks like. First tone is the high and flat tone, so it'd be like ah. Second tone is the rising tone, so it would be like ah. Third tone is the dipping tone or low flat tone, so it's going to be like ah. And then fourth tone is the falling tone, so it will be like ah. And then neutral tone is just, it says neutral, so just ah. So I'm just going to be practicing these just to make sure that I've got them down pat. So that's what I would recommend doing. Making sure you master these before moving on, because this is definitely so foundational. I'm also going to do just a little bit of writing practice today, not too much, just enough to warm up my writing skills, and we'll probably focus more on that tomorrow. But stroke order is another thing that is really foundational, especially when you are beginning to learn. Chinese characters have to be written a certain way in a certain order, so we can talk about that more in just a few minutes.
你的生日是几月几号？
你的生日是几月几号？
早安，今天是星期二，今天我必须去上班，所以我会做午餐带去上班。
Alright, back home from work. So the study plan for today is to do a little bit of online coursework. That way it is really structured. I'm still kind of in a review process, but also working towards incorporating more vocabulary and grammar. So the courses I use will be usually either Mochi Chinese, like I mentioned before, or Yo-Yo Chinese, which is what I used in high school. It's really helpful because it has grammar that it explains the Pinyin pronunciation. It has flashcards, audio reviews, really helpful videos of real life application. So I really love using that as well. But yeah, I'll show just a couple of things that I use as I study with those courses. Also, I found something else to be really helpful that I have not tried before. And I don't know why I've not tried this before, but watching YouTube vlogs in Chinese has been such a game changer because those are so interesting to me. And I absolutely love that. And some YouTubers will be very clear in their subtitles and put it all on the screen. So that is just another wonderful bonus. So that's probably the most fun tip I would recommend, is watching YouTube vlogs in Chinese. While I'm studying for the different courses that I take, I like to have these simple notebooks. You can get them at Walmart, of course, for super cheap. And then I like to organize it by, like I said, by the course. So this would be like a character course. You could also have your vocabulary and sentences in some of them as well. It just helps everything stay organized. So I'm going to study a little bit for the night, and then I will see you in the morning for Wednesday's study schedule. 下次见。I'll be in the car for a little bit, so it is the perfect time to listen to some songs in Chinese. I either like to listen to like hymns in Chinese or Disney music, so tonight we're going to be doing Disney music. I did not have very much time to study Chinese this morning, so I'm just going to bring this note card into work and keep it in my pocket and practice as I'm walking around at work. So that's one way, just to kind of keep things in review. So yesterday, yeah, not a lot got done except for what I practiced at work, just because I never found the time. Sometimes that happens, so you just have to improvise and do your best. So I practiced just a few of those phrases and words that I needed to for review while I was at work. So today, since it is Thursday, I'm going to go shopping for a few grocery items and try some things out and probably cook some dinner tonight. I also want to show you how to make the perfect rice. It comes out really good each time. So let's go ahead and head to the grocery store and pick up a few items. Alright, so I'm gonna go grab some things in here and then I'll show you how to cook the perfect rice. I ended up getting some baby bok choy, some seaweed stems, which I'm excited to try because I've had seaweed salad once before, but not too recently. And then some seaweed noodles, And also these goji berries, which are delicious, kind of like eating candy, and have a ton of antioxidants. So that's what I got. And then I forgot the last thing is a Japanese sweet potato, and those are incredible. I miss them so much, so I'm excited about that too.
可爱的兔子，吃一些白菜，吃白菜吧。
他们不喜欢。
今天是星期五，我去跑步了，然后我会学中文。
I have been trying so hard to practice speaking longer than normal sentences than I'm used to, and the struggle with pinyin and tones can be incredibly difficult and discouraging if you let it overwhelm you. So I'm kind of having one of these moments where I'm getting so tongue twisted and it's just really, really difficult, but it always feels so good when you finally get it. But yeah, it can be a struggle sometimes. Alright, so let's talk about something kind of super important. I mentioned earlier in the video that I was going to touch on it briefly, and since it can get into becoming a really complicated topic, I'm just going to share a few tips about it. It is Chinese character stroke order. So for example, all of these characters, even though they already look complicated in and of themselves, each stroke has to be written in a certain order. And that is true for all Chinese characters. Now, since there are so many rules about it, in this video we'll highlight the top 3 rules. Just know that as you are continuing to learn Chinese at the beginner or intermediate level, whichever one you are at, with more practice, these characters and the stroke order will become way more natural for you. So don't worry about it. One of the first rules you will learn about stroke order is you're going to typically write from top to bottom. So you'll start at the top of the character and make your way down. Another tip is that you're going to be going horizontal before vertical. And then the next biggest thing to keep in mind is that you're going to be going in the left to right direction. Like I said, with more practice and as you continue learning, this will become more natural. There are a lot of other rules for stroke order, but another resource that I would like to share to help you learn stroke order for different characters is using an online dictionary, specifically a Chinese character dictionary that shows the stroke order when you type in the Chinese character. This really helps because it goes stroke by stroke, so you know exactly which one to do first all the way until the last one. And then I would just recommend practicing that, reviewing the stroke order rules, and you'll be well on your way. I can put a link in the description box to a Chinese dictionary and or an article that shares a bunch of tips on stroke order. I think for the rest of tonight, I will do some more coursework on Yo-Yo Chinese, make a few notes, do an audio review for listening and speaking practice, and then try to listen to a children's audiobook, which I have not really done before, so I'm hoping that it will help, especially since it will be a more simple concepts.
因为我跑得快，他们决定明天比赛。
Well, alright guys, that is all for this video. I hope it was inspiring in some way to continue your language learning journey in Mandarin Chinese. I know it certainly has mine. Make sure to like and subscribe if you wish, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Or should I say, 再见.